Shalom, everybody. Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for this day. We thank you that we can fellowship and congregate with you today, Father. We ask for you to be with us and to lead us and guide us in all truth, Father. We ask for you to protect our families, our tribes, our loved ones, Father, and keep us from the deceptions as they continue to become more and more deceptive, Father. We ask for you to heal our members, heal our bodies, Father, heal and just, again, protect us, Father, and just show us your glory, show us your way, but not by our will, but by your will, Father. All these things we do ask and pray in the name of your beloved Son, Yahushua HaMashiach. Amen. Shalom, sis. Shalom, shalom. So, I know it's been a little bit, but we've been going over the covenant of salt. The covenant of salt. And today we're going to stay in that vein. And we're not really even going to cover too much of that because there's so much going on. So today's actually titled A Call for War. So, before we get into that, a quick little recap. Hey, did y'all miss the rapture?
I guess so.
Because according to the so-called prophets and evangelicals and everything, September the 23rd. Oh, it's 23rd and 24th. So I guess we technically for some we have to wait. We got to wait another day.
Yeah.
But you know, people are selling everything that they got, and millionaires even. I'm like, yo, this is just like Y2K all over again. And this is what happens. So I was talking to one of my brothers from the military. This is what happens when you don't read your book, and you're not rooted in anything. You'll fall for any wind of doctrine. So I'm not really even going to recap. It's just this lesson today. Again, it's about a call for war. There's a lot going on. If y'all know anything about this new presidency, he started at a breakneck pace. Should be, yeah. He started at a breakneck pace to where I don't think any president in history has signed as many executive orders or done as many changes. Heck, I don't think the Israeli prime minister has ever come to the United States this often. I think he's come here 4 times already. We know about all the things that happened, unfortunately, to Charlie Kirk. But as the more and more you look into it, even that, there was cover-ups in that. How does a book come out the day before he died about how he was going to die, published date? It's a little eerie. Then if you look even further into it, who they're claiming shot him, according to other experts, it looks like he was shot actually in the back of the head on the right side. So it's just lies on top of lies on top of lies. They give you a patsy, you fall for any wind of doctrine because you're not rooted in anything. So we really got to be careful that we're not worshiping man or worshiping religion, or it's not even religion, worshiping politics, political affiliations. That's become people's ideology. That's become people's gods. And to be honest, it's leading people down a very wide path, not to your benefit, to your detriment. So again, this is titled A Call for War, because with what happened to Charlie Kirk, they're using this to spearhead or to push their agenda even further. And we got to stay prayerful. We have to stay vigilant, and we cannot be ignorant of our enemy's devices. Because whether you know it or not, them politicians ain't on your side. It don't matter what your race is at this point. They gonna do whatever the people that's putting the money in their pockets, their boosters. Most of the time, they're from AIPAC. If you know, you know. But we're going to get into a quick video real quick.
Many Republicans on social media and on Fox News are now declaring war on Democrats and anybody that disagrees with them, advocating for rounding people up and arresting them in the wake of the shooting of Charlie Kirk and, of course, his subsequent passing. Now, before we even get into any clips of people like Jesse Waters saying that there needs to be some kind of revenge against Democrats for the shooting, I just want to start by saying that this is absolutely tragic. What happened to Charlie Kirk is heartbreaking. As you folks know, I have plenty of disagreements with Charlie Kirk, but now is not the time for politics. This is not left or right or center. It's nothing like that. This is a man who is leaving behind 2 little kids, a wife who loves him, and for that, I am heartbroken, and of course, neither Charlie Kirk nor his family deserve this. So I wanted to start by saying that because in these clips, you'll see a lack of humanity, and I'm asking, where is our humanity? So I'm going to display it, even if the Republicans and many of them on social media won't. But let's just start here with Jesse Waters, who went on this tirade following the shooting of Charlie Kirk, and it's just abhorrent. You have to see it for yourself to believe that it's real, but he actually said this live on Fox News. Take a look.
Said this hits differently because Charlie was one of us, and Trump gets hit in the ear. Charlie gets shot dead. They came after Kavanaugh with a rifle to his neighborhood. They went after Musk's cars. They just shot 2 Jews outside the embassy. Think about it. Scalise got shot, barely survived. It's happening. You got trans shooters. You got riots in LA. They are at war with us. Whether we want to accept it or not, they are at war with us. And what are we going to do about it? How much political violence are we going to tolerate? And that's the question we're just going to have to ask ourselves. Now, Charlie would want us to put as much pressure on these people as possible. Dana nailed it. This is unacceptable and has to stop. And it has to stop now. And everybody's accountable. And we're watching what they're saying on television and who's saying what. The politicians, the media, and all of these rats out there. This can never happen again. It ends now. Greg's right again. This is a turning point, and we know which direction we're going.
Incredibly inflammatory and incredibly irresponsible. Like, I appreciate the message from Jesse Waters saying, like, this is unacceptable, it can't happen again. But you heard throughout his speech there, he kept saying they. They are at war with us. They are committing political violence. Who's they? We can only assume that he means, of course, the Democrats, people that disagree with him. It's the left, in his view, is at war with them. Quote, they are at war with us, whether we want to accept it or not. They are at war with us, and what are we going to do about it? What are we going to do about it? What an incredibly irresponsible thing to say from somebody on America's most watched news network. As I mentioned at the beginning, this is not left or right. This is not the left is at war with the right or the right is at war with the left. This is, we're talking about the American people, America, our country. And Jesse Waters is saying that they are at war with us. Something has to be done about it. It's abhorrent. It's irresponsible, and it's wrong. I just can't fathom this. Here's another one where Nancy Mace immediately reacted to the shooting of Charlie Kirk, saying that the Democrats own it. That it's the Democrats who are somehow culpable in what happened today. Take a look at what Nancy Mace said, her immediate reaction.
I'm going to say this. Democrats own what happened today. I am devastated. My kids have called panicking. All the kids of every conservative in the country called panicking. Just because you speak your mind on an issue doesn't mean you get shot.
Then, by that logic, do Republicans own the shooting of the 2 Democratic lawmakers in Minnesota? Isn't this on both sides?
Are you kidding me?
No, I'm asking
We
a
don't
serious
know what
question.
condition Charlie Kirk is in right now. Some raging leftist lunatic put a bullet through his neck, and you want to talk about Republicans right now? No.
No, I'm asking
not at all.
You said the Democrats have to own it too.
No,
But
this is on.
I'm asking,
Democrats own this.
But isn't there a problem with
this.
political violence across the spectrum?
Yeah, we're talking about Charlie Kirk right now. That's the subject of this that we're talking about right now.
See, it's so disingenuous, people like Nancy Mace talking about this. It's just so disingenuous because it's obvious that Nancy Mace doesn't actually care about all political violence, right? I mean, you can tell from what she's saying right here. It shouldn't happen to anyone on either side, and political violence on either side is wrong. She couldn't bring herself to say that. Yes, the focus should be Charlie Kirk because that is the latest example, and it's a horrific example. But political violence across the board has affected Democrats, it's affected Republicans. It is wrong. It is wrong. And the fact that an elected member of Congress couldn't bring herself to say that it's wrong, she has to go with these political talking points of the Democrats own it. By that logic, the reporter is right. Shout out to him for pushing back. By that logic, then Republicans own the shooting in Minnesota. Both of these statements are wrong. They are wrong in times of political division that we're in right now. But Republicans are so easily and so flagrantly throwing these claims around. And it's disgusting to see as an American, as a young American, that this is the country I'm growing up in. It's just abhorrent. And then Fox News continued later, without, declaring war per se, as Jesse Waters seemed to do, but Greg Gutfeld decided to speculate on the suspect, even though we have no idea what the suspect looks like, who they are, what they believe. Just take a look.
It's interesting. We don't know who did this, but I do know it doesn't help the left, which makes me think, is it the left? I don't know. We don't know, but it feels professional. That's all it feels to me.
Greg, you asked me.
What are they doing over there at Fox News? We don't know who did this, but I do know it doesn't help the left. Why are we talking about who this helps? I feel like I'm losing my mind watching this. I feel like I'm losing my mind watching these Fox News hosts. It doesn't help the left. We're talking about a killing, which makes me think, is it the left? I don't know. Speculating as to who it is or who perpetrated it without any confirmation from officials. And other major social media accounts like Libs of TikTok, this is war. That's the only statement they put. This is war. I can't begin to stress how dangerous rhetoric like this is. It's so dangerous. And these folks with large followings, what do they have? 4.3 million followers on social media. This post has 2.1 million views. These folks with large followings are being incredibly irresponsible with the way that they talk about this, almost demanding retaliation against people who are not responsible. And people like Andrew Tate, who is such a loser, saying civil war in the United States. Now, I can report some good news in the midst of all of this, which is FBI Director Kash Patel said that the person who took the life of Charlie Kirk is now in custody. They have them, whoever it might be. Thank you to local and state authorities in Utah for your partnership with the FBI. We will provide updates when
some experts have looked at it, and it looks like he actually got shot in the back of his head at the right side. So it's a cover up on top of cover ups, and then they put a guy in charge of the FBI that was never a part of the FBI. Yeah. Don't know what the heck he doing.
And then when he got shot, they arrested 41 people talking about this person, that person.
Yeah.
He's trying to
So
hide the truth.
and then just how they found the footage of this guy, how he escaped, but you don't know how he got in there.
Yeah.
Like everything, it's just coincidence.
No weapon.
No weapon, and the weapon. Oh yeah, he put it out in the forest, and we just happened to find where in the bushes he put it.
Climbing off the roof, he had his own weapon.
Like the stuff. I mean, but people be falling for stuff hook, line, and sinker. We're in the age of deception, and some people are just born to be deceived easily. Will fall for anything. And so all this stuff's going on, and then so you heard what they said, civil war, this is a call for war, they're at war with us, talking about the Democrats. But a lot of times when they talk about Democrats, they're really talking about who?
Yeah.
Because normally, quote unquote, people of color, we'll just say that, are Democrats, allegedly. Even though a lot of us aren't even in politics at all.
Yeah. Charlie Kirk's wife.
Come grab the mic.
I mean, who do you think she was talking about the whole time? Did she find out who?
Oh yeah, when I showed y'all that video about
I'd already seen it. Yeah.
Oh, you'd already seen it?
Yeah, I'd already seen it because it was on TV. So yeah, we know who she was talking about until she realized who it was, and then she apologized at his little funeral.
Right, and so I didn't put I'm gonna try to have that because Trump kind of misspoke and kind of messed up at that. So I'll try to have that part of that video on Shabbat or whatever. But you have to start paying attention to the things that they're doing. We can't afford to be deceived with lying words. of coming together. So we're gonna watch this one other video, and then we'll actually get into the lesson. But yeah.
I'm joined now by two experts in extremism and radicalization. Cynthia Miller-Idris, the founding director of Polarization and Extremism Research and Innovation Lab at American University. She's the author of numerous books, including the brand new Man Up, The New Misogyny and the Rise of Violent Extremism. Also joined by Colin Clark. He's the director of research at the Soufan Group. He's the author of several books, including After the Caliphate, The Islamic State and the Future Terrorist Diaspora. Thanks to both of you for being here. Cynthia, there was once an understanding amongst people who studied the great replacement theory that it was a fringe theory filled with dangerous rhetoric and outside of
Right. You remember, I forget where it was, but they were talking about the Jews, you will not replace us. But it's this theory that has to do with misogyny. Y'all know what misogyny is, right? Right. It's hatred or stuff towards women, right? Due to the patriarchy. It's really feminism in disguise, the spirit of Lilith. But so what these alternative right extremists are talking about is this great replacement theory about how everything's a conspiracy for them to lose power.
How is that?
So this is the mind of those that are trying to avoid a judgment that's coming, right? Just saying. Okay.
It's too many of them in the Capitol building. I mean, all those. So how they trying to get replaced? Who gonna replace them?
Because they know.
They won't allow us to do getting them in the spots.
So this is why Trump is sending South African Afrikaners over here. Yeah. This is why Trump is also doing what? Sending all the Hispanics that are illegal and Indians, the Indians now, but that's because of BRICS though. That's more because of the World War that's coming to fruition, right? Yeah. But that's why he's kicking all these other people out that kind of look like us, because a lot of them are us that's getting kicked out and going to all these other nations, illegals. You got to pay attention because, again, they are so worried about being replaced because they've done the studies. More of them are dying than they are procreating, right? So they said by 2040 something, they'll be the minority in America.
They already been a minority.
So around the world they are, but it's despotism, right? And so they have to be very subtle in how they move. So we're gonna watch a little bit more of this. I don't know how much more, but they're gonna talk more about the great replacement theory real quick.
the mainstream. I've just given a whole bunch of examples of how it's not so outside the mainstream anymore.
Yeah, the conspiracy itself started on the fringe and has motivated and continues to motivate violence and plans for violence from people who believe there's a dire threat and that they are the ones acting heroically to thwart it. But the ideas themselves have migrated from the fringe to the mainstream, as often unfortunately happens, and are being repackaged and have been repackaged in slightly blander language around replacement, often replacement of voters, but also coupled with dangerous concepts like invasion, right? So it's pairing this notion of Americans being replaced, that's white Americans really being talked about there, being replaced by immigrants, and then saying that immigrants themselves are threatening and are going to fundamentally change the landscape, the values, or the crime rates, all of which are false.
Colin, I want to pull up another ICE recruitment ad that was posted to the DHS account. It says, America has been invaded by criminals and predators. We need you to get them out. And then it's got a link to join ICE. For some people, they'll say that kind of language doesn't mean anything. But in fact, it all adds up, right? You've seen all around the world that it's little words that get repeated over and again, replacement, invasion, that start to catch the imagination.
Look, it's incredibly dangerous, and we're in a race to the bottom right now in our politics. If you actually look at the manifestos that some of these far-right attackers leave behind, which I do, I read them multiple times, study them, look for keywords, and I'm glad you mentioned the terrible, horrific Tree of Life incident. I was living in that actual neighborhood.
That's right,
down
yeah.
the street when that happened. And so the words of Robert Bauer stuck with me. Screw your optics, I'm going in. So, he imagines this whole legion of Americans behind him. He's sacrificing himself for the greater good to prevent this invasion. And so these are not just words that our politicians speak. They're messages that seep into members of the population who then take it upon themselves to go take action, including violent action like we've seen.
Cynthia, there's this interesting melding of straight up racism with this remarkable, neat side of anti-Semitism where it's Jewish groups or Jewish people with money funding this invasion of non-white people into, like, I have trouble. I've never really been able to get this straight. What's the whole idea supposed to be?
Yeah, so the conspiracy essentially is that Jews and feminists often are conspiring to reduce white birth rates, promote abortion, and increase immigration in order to replace white populations with multicultural ones and reduce the power of white men and of parties like the Republican Party. Ultimately is when it migrates into the mainstream with softer language just around replacement. But the Great Replacement specifically refers to a false conspiracy theory that says Jews and feminists are conspiring. And then the targets are often ethnic and racial minorities or Jews and Muslims, like religious, racial, and ethnic minorities, even though the conspiracy itself also involves feminists. They're not usually the targets. Women are not usually the targets directly of that conspiracy theory, but the misogyny plays a role in mobilizing it.
I want to have more of a discussion about this in a couple of moments. I want to take a break. We're going to come back with Cynthia Miller Idris and Colin Clark. You're watching Velshi. We'll be right back. I'm back with two experts on extremism, Cynthia Miller Idris and Colin Clark. Cynthia, I want to just push a little further on something you've studied. You just wrote a book about misogyny's role in violent extremism. Talk to me a little.
Another 5 or 6 minutes on that video, but again, they're saying the Jewish people and women, right, feminists, are the ones orchestrating this, but minorities are the target. Make that make sense, bro. How do we be catching strays? Got nothing to do with none of that. They know we ain't behind none of that, but they gonna be the target. But this is literally what Trump's playbook is. Because if you look, even skim through Project 2025, you'll start seeing everything that he's doing lines up exactly with Project 2025. Again, so you're talking about a people that is trying to avoid a judgment that's coming. That's why, today and tomorrow, like it's got to be a rapture. So and this is how you know people don't actually read the book. If you actually read the text, like you can ask a lot of Christians, why does who you call Jesus Christ come back? Oh, to judge the world. Why is he judging the world though? What's happened? Oh, the world has gone down, bad, it's wicked, but why? They don't want to get down to the nitty gritty and say that he's coming back for a specific people. I was talking to CJ. He called, he texted me earlier today, so we ain't talked to him almost a year. So we get to talking, and he was like, man, I had to call you. You see everything that's going on? Do you see everything that's going on? Because I'm about to go crazy. And so I was like, okay, how much time you got? You have to really pay attention to what's been going on. So they've attacked with affirmative action, gone. DEI, gone. Like we talked about getting all the Hispanics, a lot of them are Afro, whatever other, insert whatever, us, right? So all of those things, and then, wait a minute, so now you're erasing slavery. You, at the federal level, you've done away with Black History Month. Yeah. You literally gave an order and made them go to every one of those museums and take away all the slavery exhibits. Yes. So because we don't want people to think about it, like we're not going to talk about what they deem critical race theory, which goes over the history of that. I bet you they're going to switch it to where we were just employees, right? That came over here, right? The only way, and this is why you have to use discernment. That's what CJ, he kept saying, discernment. Yeah. You have to discern what's really going on. They cannot put you into slavery unless they erase your history. Because then if we don't teach our children, hey, this, and that happened, you have to be vigilant about this thing. Because Again, it don't make sense. And then you're going to all these places, signing these agreements for them to start creating new prison systems. And then you went to all the places in West Africa where we came from. That's not strange. That's not alarming to people. Like, y'all, people's antennas ain't even up. And like the crazy part about it is it's not just going to be us. Because the quote unquote poor, quote unquote white person, that they're going, like, their goal is to eliminate poverty. That's one of the goals, to eliminate poverty.
No homelessness at all.
How do you realize how many homeless people are coming up missing right now?
Yeah, it's been a lot.
It's a doggone epidemic right now.
You see the news dude on Fox? He said that we need to either put the homeless in prisons or exterminate them. A lot of TV. I watched
Was it on what channel?
on Fox.
Fox is who?
Huh?
Trump's always on what?
Yeah, Fox. Yeah.
Do you see the game? Huh? And this is the thing. So they had the poor and the I guess you say the medium-sized wealthy family, but once they do away with poverty, you're either gonna be rich or you're gonna be poor, right? And like you said, that's the whole point in this prison thing, bro. That's the whole point, and people ain't even paying attention. I'm like, do y'all not see what's going on? And you got people like they're getting so involved in these politics, like they talking about going to war over something that has nothing to do with y'all. Most of y'all didn't even know Charlie Kirk. Y'all saw him a little bit on YouTube. I never met him, his wife, his kids, nothing. Don't know nothing about the shooters. Don't know nothing about Republicans or Democrats on the other side. But you would allow strangers, because you don't know, like, this stuff gets on my nerves. You don't know none of these people. They are literal strangers to you, and you're going to let them dictate to you what's going on in the world because you don't have discernment and because you ain't operating in any spiritual gifts, to be honest. You operate in just being told a vision.
Whatever you're told, you're going to believe.
Everything.
If somebody who has influence to you, you're going to believe it.
And this is why, like, this is a warning. Like, I'm telling y'all, the end game from what they're looking at, because they bring in all these South Afrikaners that came out of, like, that were the children in apartheid, which was their version of slavery also over there, right? Because why did Trump bring those people over here? Because they were getting prejudiced and they were getting profiled and all this type of stuff, unjustly treated. I'm like, are you doggone kidding me? Oh, and guess what? They're still coming over.
This happens in our country every day to us. So what are you talking about?
So there's like, this is the mind of an oppressor when they start going mad, because they know now that their time is actually getting short, because this illusion of power, this illusion of supremacy. So like, there's one thing that's kind of been hitting me, like, we got to make sure, because like Rebirth, they talked about this a few years ago, but we got to make sure that we have killed or are killing every version of Eurocentric Christianity, right? Because what has it made us do? It's made us worship white people. Right. When the Most High said, don't put no image before him, they gave us an image and we worship that thing. And then because we worship him, we're going to believe whatever they tell us on this idiot box. We've got to stop worshiping, because in the end, when Mashiach does come back, it says the last will be what? First. So the people that are ruling, so if the rapture did happen, and if Mashiach came back right now, the powers that be will be what? They would get destroyed. Yeah. And I'm like, yo, do y'all not read anything in the book? Like, you got to know this. Like, this got to be written on your heart. Like, yo, I understand what they trying to say. Everybody can say, oh, Jesus is my Lord, and yeah, I trust God, and this is that. That don't mean nothing.
I go to church every Sunday.
Oh, I've healed in your name. I've cast out devils. I've done all this stuff in your name. He's going to say, get away from me, you worker of iniquity. Yeah. That don't mean nothing, bro, because he's about the fruits, right? And a lot of these people's fruits, again, they'll say the right things on TV to people of different races, but you can, like, if you can see in their eyes, like, sometimes, like, I'm just like, you got a demon on you. I can tell you are wishing evil on that person. Like, you can see it on people. And then that comes from people on both sides of that bird, the left and right wing, right? That's why we don't get into politics, and like, that's why I'm warning, like, people, get out of it, leave it alone. Because if you're not paying attention, these people, for one, are willing to die because he was a blood sacrifice for that thing. And then they're willing to kill for this thing. This is not a game to them. They do not want to be replaced. Even though when Mashiach comes back, they are going to be replaced.
They are so threatened, bro.
Like, and I'm not trying to be racist about anything, but when Mashiach comes back, because he said that he would wear out the saints of the Most High until the end, right? So these people have been ruling. When Mashiach comes back, I don't even want to talk about that. Okay, we'll go ahead and talk about that. So when you talk about the New World Order this and the New World Order that, the problem is people don't read the book. They don't even know what the New World Order really is. What's the New World Order?
Part of market of beast.
Huh? No, that's not it. The New World Order is going to be the kingdom of God that's established, that we established. They've been ruling for how long? This is the same families. They're just changing faces. This is actually an old world order. We are the New World Order that's going to be implemented, right? We are the New World Order. That's why they're trying so hard to keep us focused on whatever they're doing, being so scared, being so fearful, being so distracted to where we don't spend no time with the Most High, no intimacy, no anything. But the New World Order is what Mashiach actually establishes. That's the actual New World Order. But everything the Hasatan does is a duplicate, right? It's similar. Like they're going to be able to give people, never mind, I'm not even going to get into that. They wild. But again, no matter what they said that the minorities always are the target. That's the target. So what should we be doing knowing that we the target? Unintended, because they'll say, oh, it's because we got to get these illegals out. It's an invasion. It's this and that. No, they're clearing up space to where either you're gonna go back and you're gonna work on them farms, or you're gonna go into prison.
All them bad jobs,
Bro, if you can't see, that's the way that if the Most High don't move in a major way, that's the way that this nation is moving, because they will not be replaced without a fight. And you know what the crazy part about it is? We ain't trying to replace nobody. We just trying to live in peace. Right. That's all we trying to do. Like, hey, man, we ain't trying to bother nobody. We just trying to take care of our fam and just move on, occupy until Mashiach come. Right? But again, they're so fearful because they know if they don't get raptured out of this thing, it's going to be bad. Y'all got one more day. That's all I'm going to say. Y'all said September the 23rd and 24th. The alleged rapture dates. I saw that. I was like, because you even talk about Prophet Joshua. I saw him talking about that stuff too. I'm like, I don't know why you would say that. He even said a lot of few little things I've seen. Yeah, we'll see. Hey man, I mean y'all can send cash out. I'm just saying. Y'all, I mean, where y'all going? Y'all ain't gonna need it, right?
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, I didn't hear about him till last night. I heard about the whole rapture stuff. But yeah.
So since we know that from what they said that we always end up being a target, what should we be doing? Seeking the Father, right? Specifically through prayer.
Yeah.
So what were the two chapters that I said that kind of got on my spirit last time? You remember?
This one and 64, right?
Psalm 63 and 64. Psalm 63. Oh Yah, you are my Elohim. Early will I seek you. My soul thirsteth for you. My flesh longeth for you in a dry and thirsty land where no water is. That's how desperate we kind of got to get in prayer with the Most High. Not desperate like he can't save, that we letting him know like, hey, we are submitting to you. Because these people, the devices that they have for us, they want a lot of these people want us to go back in slavery.
If we take them jobs in the farmland, it's gonna be like slavery all over again.
No, ain't gonna be no like. It's gonna be slavery all over again. It's gonna, that's literally what it's gonna be. Yeah. So then he says, to see your power and that your glory, so as I have seen in your sanctuary, because your loving kindness is better than life, my lips shall praise you. Be in the habit of praising the Most High at all times. Thus will I bless you while I live. I will lift up my hands in your name. My soul shall be satisfied as with marrow and fatness, and my mouth shall praise you with joyful lips. When I remember you upon my bed, so the last thing that he's meditating on before he goes to bed, and meditate on you in the night watches. Before he goes to sleep, he's meditating on the goodness of the Most High and the power of the Most High. That's got to be our focus. That's got to be our meditation, because I know we're talking about the covenant of salt. All of this stuff is about rebuilding the tabernacle of David. So we got to start doing the things that David was doing, right? So then, verse 7, because you have been my help, therefore in the shadow of your wings will I rejoice. My soul followeth hard after you. Your right hand upholdeth me. But those that seek my soul to destroy it shall go into the lower parts of the earth. What's the lower parts of the earth? Sheol, hell. Look at the kind of confidence that David had in the Most High. This is in his doggone prayer. This is the prayer. He said, but those that seek my soul, my life, to destroy it, shall go into the lower parts of the earth. You know why? Because the Most High kept delivering him out of the shadow of death time after time after time. Our prayer life has got to mimic David's in this hour. Period. Right? So then he says, they shall fall by the sword. They shall be a portion for foxes. But the king shall rejoice in Yah. Everyone that sweareth by him shall glory. But the mouth of them that speak lies shall be stopped. We have to make these prayers in confidence to the Most High. Because we know that he can do it. Because if they get their way, we going back into slavery. And this isn't all white people. Ain't nobody saying that. It's just the ones that are in power and that still have that racism in them. So we need to be praying for the protection of our bloodlines. Again, this is a prayer of David. That was Psalm 63. We're going to go to 64. You heard, sis. I'm trying to make this one short today. Psalm 64. Go ahead.
Hear my voice, O Yah, in my prayer. Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity.
So the crazy part is Trump tried to say he had nothing to do with Project 25. But when you look at everything that he's signing into order, and even all these national emergencies to where now policy is dictating law now. We're living in kind of sort of a lawless time right now.
Right.
You got to be vigilant. You got to be prayerful. You got to be careful.
Trump is turned into a dictator now. I promise you, he's going to win another election.
That's why I'm, what was it, about a month ago when they took that one down when I was talking about Star Wars and he was that chancellor. That's who he was. That's who he is. Right, keep going.
Who was that, wed?
Yep.
Who wed their tongue like a sword
Mm-hmm.
and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words.
So again, they have these councils in secret. Group tanks literally thinking and plotting your destruction for no reason.
That's all they do. That's all they do.
Bro, they literally study us. Like it's a college class, like it's a major or something. Almost like their life or their time in their kingdom depends on it. They got to keep you distracted.
Yeah.
They got to keep you worshiping other gods.
Yeah.
They have to.
That's why when Trump came in office, he was like, he kept saying that we gotta go after the woke. We gotta go out. He knows what woke people were, and they know it. They know this. The enemy knows the word just as much as the Father's people.
Yeah.
So that's why he was saying that. And the Father told us to awaken. So, yeah.
Where did he tell us that at?
All over. When he first got into office.
No. Where did the Father tell us to awake? You said awake, right?
Oh, yes.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot what verse, but I read it before.
Yeah, it's in Isaiah. Man, I think it's 61. I'm glad you said that. I'm really glad you said
So
that.
I remember studying that like maybe about a month ago. I was like, let me go look at this.
Isaiah, where's it? Isaiah 60, no.
Because we went over it in the lesson too.
Mm-hmm.
I remember. And I was like, what?
Yeah.
Isaiah 52.
52. So Isaiah 52, verse 1. Because like she said, Trump is he's against those who are woke. Woke is actually the awakening.
Yes.
Because, okay, one thing you got to understand about the awakening is what? If the Most High has an awakening, Hasatan's got an awakening.
Right.
So, and then actually it was two awakenings for them because they have the far right and then they have the left. So you got those that were against the woke, right? And then you got the ones that were for the woke, but they added the LGBTQ, A, B, C, D, E, all that other stuff that's against the Most High. Added all of that feminism, spirit of Lilith, all that stuff into it, right? So Isaiah 52. Awake, awake, put on your strength, O Zion. Put on your beautiful garments, O Jerusalem, the holy city, for henceforth there shall no more come into you the uncircumcised and the unclean. So when you look at that word awake, just to make sure y'all understand what it means. Awake, right? It's the word or to rouse oneself, awake, awaken. insight, rouse up, stir, to act as if in an aroused manner, awake. This is the awakening, because people are waking up to the truth. Yep. And that's why they had to what? They had to vote Trump in to try to curtail or stop the awakening. Right? Because now people are so focused on their hate for Donald Trump that they're kind of losing sight of focusing on the Most High. Because like everything with Trump is headlines. Headlines. Consumes everything in the news, everything Trump does. Now everything Charlie Kirk does. And you don't hear nothing about the Most High. Nothing. It's just this and far right and far left and all of these distractions, right? We got to stay focused on the Most High, because in Him is our help. So if you don't mind, keep reading in here.
That they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. They encourage themselves in an evil manner. They commune of laying snares privily. They say, who shall see them?
So that's what happens again in these secret societies, these secret meetings. Like, ain't nobody gonna know. Who knows that we're actually coming together? Who knows that the Republicans and Democrats are actually cool when they're not on camera? Yeah. You know, who? Because again, they think that they're doing the Lord's work, which they are. They're doing Baal's work, but they don't realize that they're heaping coals on their own head. Go ahead.
They search out iniquities.
Mm-hmm.
They accomplish a diligent search, both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep.
But isn't that what they do in like in politics? They try to find all the dirt on people to blackmail. That's what David said. He's saying the same exact thing. That's what they do. Yeah. It's a pattern. This is what wicked people do. Yeah. Ain't nothing changed but today. Keep going.
But Yah shall shoot at them with an arrow. Suddenly shall they be wounded.
So he says, so we shall shoot at them suddenly.
Yeah.
That's why, when the elder, he kept trying to get his own lick back. Like, I'm going to get my lick back. Like, nah, you got to let the Most High do that. You got to be like David. Right? You got to wait on the Most High for that. Keep going.
Yeah. So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away.
So the words come back on them?
Yeah.
So it's almost like we're rubber, they're glue?
Come back on you.
Yeah, it's almost like we're rubber, they're glue. Whatever they say comes right back on them.
Yeah.
Right? Make it the kiddie version of it.
Yeah.
Right? Right? But this comes once we get to that place in worshiping the Most High, Shekinah into the Most High, to where like we got that full armor on. Like, okay, you might want to be careful because I know I'm Yah's son.
Yeah.
You might want to watch that. Yeah. You might want to be careful. Yeah. Don't be sorry, just be careful. Because he listening. Watch what you say. Look, and he don't play about his children. Yeah. You did. Keep going.
And all men shall fear and shall declare the work of Yah, for they shall wisely consider of his doing.
Right. Once he destroys them for speaking, even just speaking against his people. Keep going.
The righteous shall be glad in the Most High and shall trust in him, and all the upright in heart shall glory.
Our trust has got to be on him. Nothing else. Not politics. Not no man. Not no orator. Not no debater. None of that. The Most High. Psalm 62. So where does your help come from?
The Most High.
Read it.
Truly my soul waited for Yah, upon Yah. From him cometh my salvation.
Nowhere else. He's the one that sends the salvation.
He only is my rock and my salvation. He is my defense. I shall not be greatly moved.
Now, he's saying all this stuff, and it's becoming like law, because he's speaking things that are not as though they were. Like, hey, I'm not going to be moved because the Most High going to do this thing. Mm-hmm. That type of confidence in his prayers with the Most High. Keep going. All these are prayers again. Keep going.
How long will ye imagine mischief against a man? Ye shall be slain, all of you. As a bowing wall shall ye be, and as a tottering fence.
Now, he just y'all keep talking crazy about me. Y'all about to die. Now, again, he is praying to the Most High. Yeah. I cannot reiterate that enough. This is a prayer to the Most High about those people that's trying to kill him.
Yeah. They want to get up
because too long, we've been praying a little too gentle. Yeah. Because I'm telling you, their end result, what they want, and this ain't coming for all people, but the powers that should not be, and they know who they are, it's time for us to get in our war room. Yeah. Point blank period.
Get them up out of there.
Bro, Because that's what their devices is for us. They got plans out at least 100 years for us. At least.
That's wild. They only consult to cast him down from his excellence. They delight in lies. They bless with their mouth, but they curse inwardly.
You can't always believe what people be saying.
You can't always believe his smile.
Flattery will get you nowhere, pimp. You can keep it moving.
Yeah.
You can miss me with all that. Keep going.
They smiles don't mean good. They gestures don't always mean the same.
Bro, I don't care how much you talk about being a Christian, because this is what he's cloaking white supremacy in. European Christian nationalism.
Yeah.
It's running rampant.
People are starting to see that too.
A lot. Because
I have some not us, a couple people on my timeline, but
right.
They post and they're like, she's like, I'm a believer in Christ.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, I don't know about this Christian stuff that they got going on.
Yeah.
And I went to her comments just to see what people were saying, and one of their followers were like, yeah, I don't dig that Christian word anymore, but I am a follower of Christ.
Yeah.
So like they starting to see like, okay, wait, there's a big difference here.
It is. Yeah.
So
I had to tell CJ that, like, yo, I'm not no Christian. Like, you don't. I believe in the book, we followers of the way, but that term Christian, I know what it goes back to, and I know how they're trying to implement and use this thing. Like, no. And again, there's no prophecies about the Most High coming back and save a Christian. There's not one. There's not none.
that's why they're acting the way they are, because as we study what that word means, that's exactly how they're acting.
Yep.
So they've been saying it for years, and they've been doing it for years.
Yep.
So now it's just becoming more clear that, okay, that, you Christian, all right.
Because it's a literal spirit.
Right.
Christianity is a literal spirit.
Yeah.
Like, and it's a spirit that takes a long time to purge, because it was literally beaten into us.
Yeah.
Like, not figuratively.
Yeah.
Slaves.
Like,
Yeah.
Someone still reading from the slave Bible.
Yeah.
I be on somebody's
look, and Trump got his own version of Bibles now. There's a gospel according to Donald Trump. There's Bibles according to Donald Trump out that you can buy on Amazon right now.
I think we said it before. Yeah.
Bro, I posted a picture of one of them. There were several.
I think Beyonce got a Bible too.
Yeah, Beyonce, she got a whole church. They worship her like she's a goddess. He said, my soul, wait you only upon Yah. Don't wait on nothing else but the Most High. For my expectation is from him, not from man, not from none of that. Because how many treaties have they gone back on? How many times have they gone back on their word, especially with our people?
Yeah.
And you want us to believe now that Trump is the answer to this?
He's getting he's surprised about this. So yeah,
Of course he's going to. Of course. When you got the Jewish people in your pocket, of course. You can get whatever you want.
They just as evil as him.
like today.
Worse.
Like today at the UN, he told the whole world how much wars he didn't stop. He's all about peace.
Yeah. But remember, he said he was going to stop the Russia-Ukraine war in one day.
Yeah. Now he's ready to put more sanctions on Putin now, but he's been saying that.
Bro, he's doing sanctions. They don't. BRICS do not care. They have their own economy popping without America. They don't need us for nothing, bro. India included, China included, the countries with the biggest populations in the world.
Yeah, both of them.
That's crazy.
Both of them got a billion apiece.
And then Russia has the biggest European military.
Yeah, Poland right behind them.
Right. So you got technically outside of the United States, the three biggest militaries are part of BRICS against the United States, and we back in Israel.
Yeah.
That's the size of New Jersey.
Yeah, literally. Yeah.
He living under the facade. That's what he living under. He got in his head like, oh yeah, I'm being bad. Everybody's intimidated by me. Oh, okay, sure.
He can only negotiate from a position of power.
Yeah.
What happens when you don't have power over people?
Or that leverage, yeah.
Either you take them out, you try to take Putin out, because Putin is way richer than you.
Oh, yeah.
Way richer than you, not even close. So I don't know what you're going to do. I don't. And China, they just ain't going for none of that. I'm going to be honest. They're like, no, So there's different videos where China is literally talking about they're building armies or militaries to beat the United States. The sole purpose in them creating they have the biggest naval fleet now in the world. Like the sole purpose is to beat the United States.
Well, Xi Jinping, the president of China, their plan is to attack Taiwan by 2027. And
Right.
America's coming.
Right, of course. The stuff is wild though, bro. Because like India's got a huge army. And again, those three on the same side. I don't care what technology you claim America got.
Insurmountable odds.
This stuff is wild, man.
It's gonna keep on coming.
He only is my rock and my salvation. He is my defense. I shall not be moved. So our faith and patience has got to be steadfast on the Most High.
Yeah.
That's it. Not nothing else. Verse 7. In Elohim is my salvation and my glory. The rock of my strength and my refuge is in Yah. Trust in him at all times. Not some of the times, not only when I need him, at all times trust in him. You people, now this is what we got to do. This is what David says. Pour out your heart before him.
Yeah.
Yah is a refuge for us, Selah. David set up the order of worship. That's what the tabernacle of David is really about. And I would say even more so in your alone time, just giving the Most High some praise, praying these prayers to the Most High. Because look, the stuff that these people got planned, bro. I'm like, man, and y'all think that everybody's asleep because they lulled most of the world to sleep during COVID, right? Right? Even like you brought it up, like in the text, he brought up autism lift is a link to something in Tylenol, which I don't disagree with, but there's a lot of videos coming out there talking about, no, it shouldn't really be linked to that. That don't even make sense because why did he not say vaccines? Why didn't he actually tell the truth? You said it, big pharma.
It's big pharma.
Big pharma.
And Tylenol has a lot to do with why we get sick and stuff because if you look up what it's made of, like not Tylenol is just a brand, it's from coal tar and you're not supposed to consume that. So if you look up like exactly what that is, where it comes from, that's a fossil fuel. And it has a lot of side effects. So we're not supposed to intake that at all.
Boy, you better take your fossil fuel.
So,
I don't take no medication. That's wild.
yeah, and it aids in like liver
Liver disease.
Yeah, even ibuprofen too, and I'm like just, I stopped taking that stuff because like I started looking, I'm like, no.
Yeah, and then pharma, they're more than likely in Trump's pocket, like probably endorsing him or giving.
But ain't no more than likely.
Yeah, they are.
The fact that he said Tylenol and not big pharma, it's pretty evident because those vaccines, we know it.
Bro, what kills me is he believes what he is saying, bro. Like
that's why they give him this stuff. Like, okay.
Yeah. It's a big distraction because the doctor, I think it was Yale, he gave a statement and he was like, even though this is ongoing, we've done these researches and majority of the pregnant women did have these symptoms and their children came out like this, but it's an ongoing process. Like he answered all the questions, but when they want a distraction, distracted people, now everybody's talking about Tylenol.
Yeah. Donald J.
So
Trump.
what's happening behind that we need to be paying attention to is the question.
And why did he have to make that a big announcement? That's not.
Well, because Kennedy, Secretary of Health, he had that interview on, in front of the whole world last month. And he said within a month we'll have results for y'all. I don't know why he didn't get the results, but Trump, we know Trump will always.
It's just crazy though. Like they've been doing this for years. Like I've been paying attention to like the research, and it was in Science News before anything.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it was in Science News, and they kept talking about it. I was just like, every time I look, interest, it'll pop up, but it's been going on for years.
Yeah.
It's just.
And Trump, he just decides now,
right?
Because anything to take it off of Epstein.
Yes.
Yeah.
We still ain't forgot. We still want the list.
So okay, Charlie Kirk, but we still want the list.
Yeah, rest in peace. But we want the list though.
Right.
Yeah, because y'all was like aces. Y'all was ace boom coons. So. Huh? Bro, because as soon as Kirk got shot, the Republicans passed that whatchamacallit to where they suppressed the Epstein files being released. And this is how you know that cover-up was going to happen. Because they said, well, they've released 33,000 Epstein files. I said, 33? You going to put it in my face like that? Just like when they found Charlie Kirk's killer. Oh, he spent 33 hours and we finally got the suspect. 33 hours? Oh, and then you find out that he died 33 days before his birthday. 33? That's three different times. Same birthday as George Floyd. Wow, what a coinkydink. Yeah, this is kind of crazy, bro. You literally can't make this stuff up.
With Trump, they found a letter that he wrote to Epstein
Bro, I know.
With his signature, and everybody agreed at first. And once Trump
And he said it wasn't his. Like,
once Trump condemned it, now everybody who said it was his, now they saying, no, we don't believe it's his. It's
That's
made
just
up.
control.
Like, what in the world? Y'all crazy, bro. Y'all is crazy.
And that's why we gotta stay out of that politics.
Yeah.
Yep.
We see it
Yeah.
because our eyes are open to the mess.
Yeah.
But those people are literally under that strong delusion
Mhm.
of this whole
Yeah.
facade, this leader that they're worshiping, because that is their God.
Yep.
That's their agenda.
Right. As I was telling my
Yeah.
husband, we was talking about, it's like, well, they all put, well, in God we trust. And
That don't mean
I
what
said-
God?
I said, that's not our God. I said, our Yah is the Yah of Israel.
Yeah.
Their God is literally who you see.
Yeah.
I said, that's what that means. I said, that was never for us, ever.
never.
And why would you put it on money? When the Father told us that is the root to all evil. That
Yeah,
should
yeah.
have told you something right there.
Yeah, and that's a completely different God they talking about. That's why
Yeah.
I always ask the question, what is his name and what is his son's name?
Like, what God are you referring to?
Or does he have a son?
Yeah, I'm
Right.
just saying. I mean,
That's what
look, you're going to have to be more specific. You talking about Hebrew, you talking Egyptian, which is the God of the air. If you don't know, that's an Egyptian God.
Yeah.
That's Osiris. So when Mashiach is saying that he's referring to an Egyptian God, I'm like, that's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't get caught up in it. I'm like,
I used to bad. I used to love politics.
oh, so did I. But then I just started seeing how I was just losing life force and energy. Like,
Too much energy, too much anger. Like,
bro, they're literally harnessing people's energy. It's called energy harvesting.
That is true.
That's what they do. That's why they have to keep you addicted. Like it's literally General Hospital. What's another? All My Children. All of those. Yeah, literally. Like that stuff be better than Grey's Anatomy. Like that stuff is. And then Donald Trump, like he always talking about like we had great ratings, right? Like who the heck cares about ratings? Like people dying. Like what you talking? What you worry about ratings for? Like you so vain, like that stuff is wild. He's talking about and now the ratings like they're really tanking. I'm like,
Yeah, because most people are looking because that's your fan club. But the other people look like, okay, what's the next step? What do I gotta cover my family on?
what's coming up next?
Right.
he says, surely men of low degree and vanity and men of high degree are a lie. That's how you know that this is our creator. Because we'd be like, you a lie? Will we not? Is that not how we talk? It's in there. Right? You a lie? He said, surely men of low degree are vanity and men of high degree are a lie. To be laid in the balance, they are altogether lighter than vanity. Trust not in oppression and become not vain in robbery. If riches increase, set not your heart upon them. So we know that they've been trusting in oppression. And they've been known for robbing everybody. Every land that they go to, they rape, rob, and murder. Increase riches. And this is what, sooner or later, the tables has got to turn. The first has got to become the last, and vice versa. The tail's got to become the head. Then he says, Elohim have spoken once, twice have I heard this, that power belongeth unto Yah. Also unto you, O Yahuwah, belongeth mercy, for you renderest to every man according to his work. Because again, they trust in oppression, and the heart of a lot of these people is closet white supremacists. So if y'all aren't aware, there's something going on in Arkansas.
You talking about the racist town?
The racist town.
I guess they're going back on it because all.
There was about 50 to 100 people. They started this whites only town, and we want our own. And well, if black people can do it, why can't white people do it? Like, oh, you want to do that? Go ahead.
All black people say, okay, well, everything that we made.
Yeah, bro. And now they heard. So I'm not even gonna show this video then. But yeah. So what? You want to see it?
Harrison,
Okay.
Arkansas.
I haven't heard of it.
Okay, I got you. She want to.
And building houses.
Our culture.
And that What we've done here is establish a place where we have control over who our neighbors are, and that is just for the sake of preserving, our culture.
And that culture, effectively, we're saying this is a white culture, a whites-only place.
White American culture.
Over the last year and a half, high up in the Ozark Hills in the state of Arkansas, dozens of people have been working hard, leveling the land, building houses. They call it an intentional community based around shared ancestry, a long-winded way of saying something really quite simple.
I think we would generally be called far right, sure.
It's called Return to the Land, and they invited me in.
A lot of people are going to be, why are you making Nazi references?
Right. Well, why wouldn't I?
A seemingly bucolic and sometimes surreal experience. But this is built on a radical modern premise, made possible because of a new political and technological moment. One with strong ties to the most active far-right groups in the US. Instead of taking to the streets, they are building their own, for generations to come.
It's important for me to do this for my ancestors, my friends, my family, my children, my children's children.
But in this southern US state, people who have lived through segregation once fear it is returning.
When you hear things like that, it causes you to be fearful. And you don't know who to trust.
Its founder says he is building a fortress for the white race.
It's a racial association. I kind of want to ask you, after seeing this, do you think what we're doing is immoral?
Arkansas, in the southern United States.
Welcome to Little Rock, where the local time is 4:27.
For the last few years, I've been exploring how an ethno-nationalist movement has been organising online. A network that aims to define countries by ethnicity, but which links across borders. And this is the place that one group has chosen to put that into radical, real-world action.
You want a white nation? Build a white town. It can be done, and we're doing it.
It is an extreme view, but it draws on more familiar arguments. That mass immigration is out of control, that Western societies are in danger of losing their fundamental character as a result.
So one of the arguments here is that this isn't about persecution of an ethnic identity, but protection of an ethnic identity, and that identity happens to be white. So we're going here now up into these pretty remote woods to really put that to the test.
We are driving deep into the Ozark Mountains. The group's leaders are not from Arkansas, and they've chosen these remote parts for a reason. All the locals I spoke to knew only a little about the group, if anything.
I don't necessarily agree with it, but that's not my choice.
Yeah, but do you think they should have the freedom to do it?
That's what they want to do.
I think it's kind of a little fishy around here, but just be safe.
The leader of the group is called Eric Orwell, and he's invited me to spend a few days with them.
Hey, Eric.
He insists what he is doing here is entirely legal, and that's key. Because if it is, it could be a blueprint for many other communities to come.
Welcome to the Ozarks.
Thank you very much.
What we've done here is establish a place where we have control over who our neighbors are, and that is just for the sake of preserving, our culture.
And that culture, effectively, we're saying this is a white culture, a whites-only place.
White American culture. Yeah, not just white, but white American.
But what this sounds like is bringing back segregation. Is that a fair assessment?
Well, it's free association. So we're not trying to keep other people down. This is a small settlement in the middle of the Ozarks.
But they are being kept out.
You don't let everyone into your home.
160 acres taking shape, forest cleared, roads laid, cabins built. Around 40 people live here. Hundreds more from across the world have paid to be members. And I'm intrigued to find out what motivates people to give up their old lives for this.
We met here.
Oh, you met here? Okay, so you came here.
I met her on like day 3. So.
Oh my God, what a story. It beats Tinder, doesn't it? Like.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
David and Caitlin not only met here, they got married.
How it's not working for them anymore. Oh, so you need other people to cover, huh? It's crazy. Because even like we've talked about that, but you know, we got people of all nations in our tribe. That's crazy. That's just wild to me. So, and
especially if like the lower class, like the ones who like the white people, they get along with us too. So they're like, why would I want to do anything for y'all when y'all only have like literally a whites only?
Yeah.
They don't want to be associated with that.
Yep.
The networking is still there. So
yeah, it's really nonsensical. It don't make no sense. So, real quick, why are we in this mess?
because man discombobulated the word.
Man definitely discombobulated the word, but it was man, but it was our fault.
Yeah, disobedience.
Disobedience. Hosea 4, verses 1 through 12. Go ahead.
Hear the word of the Most High, and the children of Israel, for the Most High have a controversy with the inhabitants of the land, because there is no truth, nor mercy, nor knowledge of Yah in the land.
So remember, Mashiach said that the weightier matters in the law were judgment, mercy, and truth. Right? The Most High is saying you ain't got none of that.
By swearing and lying and killing and stealing and committing adultery, they break out, and blood toucheth blood.
This is what our people were doing.
Therefore shall the land mourn, and everyone that dwelleth therein shall languish, with the beasts of the field and with the fowls of heaven. Yea, the fishes of the sea also shall be taken away.
So you ain't going to own nothing.
Nothing. Yet let no man strive, nor reprove another. For thy people are as they that strive with the priest.
So even when somebody's trying to tell you the truth, you're just going to just try to buck against the system, well, what about this and that? You know, you don't want to hear no truth.
Yeah. Therefore shalt thou fall in the day, and the prophet also shall fall with thee in the night, and I will destroy thy mother.
He said he going to destroy who?
Yeah.
Like he said, I'm about to kill your mama.
Man.
This is what the Most High said to our people, because we were just that wicked. Like, all right, man, everything that you love for and on your mama too. Like,
They just forgot about everything.
huh?
They forgot everything.
Committing adultery, worshiping other gods,
Lawless.
but lawless. He said no truth, no mercy, and no knowledge. So if you ain't giving mercy, you ain't gonna receive mercy. That's how you know that this place has got to get judged, because they really ain't shown the full measure of mercy that should have been given. They still haven't done complete justice with the peoples of this land and the peoples that came over here from other places, right? Okay.
My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Because thou hast rejected knowledge, I will also reject thee, that thou shalt be no priest to me, seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy Yah.
So us rejecting the law, it made us reject knowledge. Period. Synonymous with it. Right? What?
That verse right there. You only hear them quote, "My people are destroyed for the lack of knowledge."
And then they stop.
And that's it. They don't even read the rest. I'm like, you just read the rest, maybe you'll see.
What that knowledge is he talking about.
Right.
Oh man, what's it?
Start back at seeing.
Sorry.
You good?
Seeing thou hast forgotten the law of thy Yah, I will also forget thy children.
Like, this is how cold the Most High is. So you going to forget, you ain't going to have no judgment, no mercy, no truth in you. You're going to be committing adultery. You're going to be murdering. There's blood upon blood, touching one another. I'm gonna take your mama out first. You ain't going to be no priest to me no more, since you want to reject my word, my law. I'm going to reject your children, bro.
They ain't got no cover no on. So anything goes.
So the rest of the world has not seen that judgment yet. Only one specific group of people that got scattered to the four corners of the earth has seen that type of judgment. And that's what's coming. That's what's coming. That's why certain things have got to be prayed off. Off our bloodlines, right? Keep going.
As they were increased, so they sinned against me. Therefore will I change their glory into shame.
Even though everybody wants to be us, but they don't want to go through none of the heartache or nothing.
Not at all.
Right?
They ain't built for it.
The glory that we had, it's just shameful. They are always talking bad about us, you know. That's just a curse the Most High put upon us because we didn't want to do our part.
Yeah.
That's on us, though. Keep going.
Yeah. They eat up the sin of my people, and they set their heart of their iniquity.
What does that mean to set your heart on iniquity?
You just gonna do it, period.
Yeah, you got your mind, you focus on, yeah, I'm about to do this. I'm about to do this thing, bro. Yeah, I can't wait. Yeah, I'm about to.
Like being in the streets, you already know.
Bruh,
Everything
I'm about to hit this lick.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah. So I was back then. So,
Yep. I think we all was. Yep.
Yeah. And there shall be like people, like priests, and I will punish them for their ways and reward them their doing. Reward them their doing.
Boy, the Most High, he is vicious when he talk, boy.
I'm gonna give you a gift.
Not like a daddy time, okay?
Yep.
Keep on,
Mhm.
hit that bell.
Mhm.
Watch this.
This how it's gonna go down.
That's how reward for you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. For they shall eat and not have enough. They shall commit a whoredom and shall not increase, because they have left off to take heed of the Most High.
That's crazy, bro. We focus on every other God, every other distraction, every other Trump, every other thing, instead of focusing on the Most High. So like, okay, you're going to have food, but it ain't going to be enough.
We said whoredom. Oh, man. Okay. Whoredom and wine and new wine take away the heart.
Mm-hmm.
My people ask counsel at their stocks, and their staff declareth unto them, for the spirit of whoredoms hath caused them to err, and they have gone a whoring from under their Yah.
That's what happens again, because under God we trust. We don't know what God they're talking about. And so once we're in agreement with them, we're agreeing to their God or gods, whoever. Right? You got to be careful. Don't be you coming into a word covenant with people like you don't know them. They strangers. You don't know what they doing in the secret. Worshiping any and everything under heaven. So we all know the scripture. What's the scripture really about? What can you tell me about it?
No weapon, no type of weapon, no matter what it is.
So what is it? No weapon formed against me shall prosper. And every tongue that shall rise against you in judgment, you shall condemn. This is the heritage of the servants of Yahuwah, and their righteousness is of me. What does that mean?
What you just said or that? You said a lot.
Well, I said that whole verse. I said that whole verse. But what does that mean?
No matter what they do.
No weapon that is formed against you shall prosper. And every tongue that shall rise against you in judgment, you shall condemn. This is the heritage of the servants of Yahuwah, and their righteousness is of me, saith the Most High. So we've always read that. We put that in our prayers.
Yeah, but we never try to figure out what it meant.
What was the context of that? Because like we know what that means, but why is and when does all of this take place? Again, these are things that you don't really learn in Christianity. Isaiah 54. He says, "Sing, O barren, you that did not bear, break forth into singing and cry aloud, that you did not travail with child. For more are the children of the desolate than the children of the married wife, saith Yahuwah. Enlarge the place of your tent, and let them stretch forth the curtains of your habitations. Spare not, lengthen your cords, and strengthen your stakes. For you shall break forth on the right hand and on the left, and your seed shall inherit the Gentiles and make the desolate cities to be inhabited." Wait, hold on. Wait a minute. Now, we said no weapon formed against us shall prosper. That's what everyone uses in a prayer. But we're getting the context of it. And he says that for you shall break forth on the right hand and on the left, and your seed shall inherit the Gentiles and make the desolate cities to be inhabited. Wait. What's going on here? Okay, let's keep going. Fear not, you shall not be ashamed, neither be you confounded. For you shall not be put to shame. For you shall forget the shame of your youth. He said he changed our glory into shame, right? You shall forget the shame of your youth, and shall not remember the reproach of your widowhood anymore. For your Maker is your husband. Yahuwah Zabaoth is his name. And your Redeemer, the Holy One of Israel. The God of the whole earth shall he be called. Or the Elohim of the whole earth shall he be called. For Yahuwah have called you as a woman forsaken and grieved in spirit, and a wife of youth, when you was refused, saith Yah. Wait a minute. But again, why did he say that you would inherit the Gentiles? Like we never talk about that. Why is that in that chapter? Does that make sense to anybody? So okay, what does it mean to inherit? Maybe I'm tweaking. What does it mean to inherit something? You're gonna get it later on. So this word for inherit, it's not Nahala. It's not Nahala, it's Yarash. And it means to possess. Inherit, heir, possession, dispossess, make them have poverty, enjoy poor, expelled. So I was like, nah, maybe, let me look at the rest of the definition. To seize, dispossess, take possession of, inherit, disinherit, to occupy, impoverish, be an heir.
So you're in control of everything that happens.
To take possession of. To destroy, bring to ruin, disinherit. Why is this in Isaiah 54? If the Most High come back to save Christians and all this is that, who's he talking about right here? What's really going on? It literally says to devour. I'm not making that up. That's the definition. So you're going to devour the Gentiles. What does Gentiles mean? The nations. The word Gentiles just means the nations. Plural. The rest of them that's not ethnic Israel, that's a part of the blood covenant, and even those that cleave to it, right? But that's specifically for the blood covenanted people. So a verse that you're talking about, no weapon that's formed against you shall prosper, is the whole chapter is about the nations getting destroyed. That sounds like a whole new world order I was talking about earlier that's going to get set up. All right, man. Verse 7. Go ahead, Jeremiah.
For a
small
moment have I forsaken thee, but with great mercies will I gather.
Wait a minute. So these people are scattered. They're not just in Eastern Europe.
They're all over.
Scattered everywhere. Okay, keep going.
They're gonna gather us. In a little wrath, I hid my face from thee for a moment. But with everlasting kindness will I have mercy on thee, saith the Most High, thy Redeemer. For this is as the waters of Noah unto me.
So this is a covenant that he's not going to undo.
For as I have sworn that the waters of Noah should no more go over the earth, so have I sworn that I would not be wroth with thee, nor rebuke thee.
So he's got to be talking about Christians then. That's waiting on this rapture. We got one more day for this rapture. He's got to be talking about that.
Special set of people.
Okay.
All right. For the mountains shall depart, and the hills be removed, but my kindness shall not depart from thee, neither shall the covenant of my peace be removed, saith the Most High, that hath mercy on thee. O thou afflicted, tossed with tempest, and not comforted, behold, I will lay thy stones with thy fair colors, and lay thy foundations with sapphire.
So wait a minute. So this is about a people that have been afflicted, tossed with tempest, and has not been comforted.
Look at us. Let's come out of us, man.
Bruh.
Everybody know that.
Bruh.
Everybody know that. Everybody know that.
He's coming for a people that have been afflicted in oppression.
Man.
Keep going. You can't make this up, bro.
And I will make thy windows of gates, and thy gates of carbuncles, and all thy borders of pleasant stones, and all thy children shall be taught of the Most High, and great shall be the peace of doctrine.
Because I know we've gone over this scripture before, but what does he mean by taught there?
Taught of the Most High. Like,
So,
bring them up the right way.
right,
Right, Most High, yeah.
right.
The real
It's greater than just being taught, though. It's the word limud, and it really means to be discipled right here. Because a disciple, that's a whole nother level of dedication. So our children are going to grow up in that thing, and it's just going to be in them. Like, nah, we the people. Like, I'm telling you, if you're really trying to like understand Mashiach, you better read the book of Isaiah. You better read anything David. You better read Isaiah. You better read anything David, because those are the two people that Mashiach quotes from the most. You'll just start seeing everything like, man, this is Isaiah, David. All of the Psalms. Isaiah, like, to me, that's still my favorite book. I'll go back and I'll just like, man, how did you get all of these prophecies? Because most of Isaiah's prophecies, it's about the end time. Like, that I've read, I'm like, yo, this is crazy. Crazy. So that's the mood, right? So they will be discipled, right? Then he says, in righteousness shall you be established. You shall be far from oppression, for you shall not fear, and from terror, for it shall not come near you. So again, these people that he's coming back for are used to oppression. Now, I'm just trying to get your mind right. I'm not making this stuff up. Yeah, it's in. That is black and white. I just had to make sure because there's a little red on there. So the word oppression is oshik. So of course, you know, it's oppression. It's actually extortion, cruelty, gained by extortion, and we know we've been continually get extorted by this country. Behold, they shall surely gather together, but not by me. Whosoever shall gather together against you shall fall for your sake. So this is one of the few times the Most High said, I'm doing it for your sake. That's why we got to start praying like David, so they can fall for our sakes, right? Behold, I've created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and to bringeth forth an instrument for his work. And I've created the waster to destroy. No weapon that is formed against you shall prosper, and every tongue that shall rise against you in judgment you shall condemn. This is the heritage of the servants of Yahuwah, and their righteousness is of me, saith Yahuwah. But the context is all about Israel. It's not about everybody. It's not about everybody. And this is about a future appointed time that's appointed actually for you and me. This is not appointed for the world. That whole verse, should nobody be really putting that in their press except for the children of Israel that's going through oppression. Literally. This is a future prophecy that's going to be made manifest. As long as we can occupy until he comes. I got a lot more, but it's Mirage, and we're going to end it there. We'll just stop there today. But we'll get more into the covenant of salt on Shabbat, because we didn't really touch on it at all today because of world events going on. So, Father, we just thank you for your word, which endures forever. We just ask for you to help us to pray to you and to worship you like David. Help us to come to you with a clean, contrite, and pure heart, Father. Help us to remove the ego, Father, in our hearts. Remove all false idols, Father, from our lives, Father, and just protect us and keep us from all hurt, harm, and danger, Father. Protect us from our enemies that hate us without cause, Father. Judge between us and them, Father. And we ask for your mercy to endure for us, Father. We ask for you to put a prayer covering and put angels in around about all of our tribe members, Father. And we just thank you for life and life more abundantly, Father. Thank you for sending your Son in whom you are well pleased, Father. We thank you for each and every day. We do not take our lives for granted, Father. In Yahushua's name we pray. Amen.